Whew, we've got some good news. I actually had a completely different video planned for right now. It was already scheduled to go. I'm actually really excited about that video. I'll have it go up tomorrow instead because we've got some brand new news. It's actually kind of old. It's around 24 hours old. I decided to not post a video about it until now, but Pax South has officially confirmed that Jump Force is going to be there. And of course, more importantly, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Unironically though, I've heard that game's actually pretty good. Anyway, Jump Force. Just in case you're out of the loop and you stumbled across this video, because I always get new people coming in whenever this news stuff starts happening. People in this community, people who are really excited about Jump Force, have been stressing out about the roster because we're getting really close to launch and we have less than 40 characters announced right now, and a lot of people were expecting significantly more characters, and there's very few chances they have left to reveal multiple characters. They've got, now we know for sure, Pax South. People weren't sure about Pax South. Now obviously this is direct confirmation that Bandai Namco, more specifically Jump Force, will be at Pax South. We'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second, but now they have Pax South, they have the V-Jump issue that's coming this month, the weekly Shonen Jump issues leading up to the release of the game, which there should be less than 4, I think. So not a whole lot of time to reveal characters. And with that in mind, there's still a few notable franchises missing. There's no Hitman Reborn, there's no Toriko, there's no JoJo's, what else is missing? There's a ton of stuff missing. There's Beelzebub's not there, Medaka Box isn't there, some notable characters from franchises aren't there, Grimjow, Hiei. I'm sure I'm missing 1,000 characters. I'm probably missing your personal favorite character, but a lot of characters are missing from this roster. A lot of characters people were expecting. So Pax South was a pretty pivotal moment. We were hoping pretty heavily, because the last time we got a big convention like this, we got a pretty big trailer. The Gamescom trailer had so many characters in it. Granted, some we already knew about, but I think there were 3 or maybe 2 reveals in that trailer. That's pretty awesome. But what can we expect out of Pax South? Will we get similar treatment? Will we get better treatment? Well, let's discuss. So right now, what we know about Pax South and Jump Force is that there will be a playable booth, meaning that people will be able to go play the game. I'm assuming this will be a new build, not one that's been at a previous event, just because Pax South is pretty big. Will it be live streamed? Who knows? It's hard to tell what exactly will be live streamed at Pax South. There will be a stream somewhere of something, but we don't know if Jump Force specifically will be involved in a live stream. I think what's probably going to happen is that this trailer will just randomly drop on YouTube that weekend. Of course, I have no confirmation of that. That's just my assumption. And it wouldn't surprise me if it was a gameplay compilation of characters we find out about in the V-Jump issue or the weekly Shonen Jump issue that's around the same time, or maybe not necessarily in that order, but my point is those two things might overlap. Like, we might get this trailer where we find out about a bunch of new characters, let's say 3 new characters or whatever, and then also in the coming weeks with the V-Jump issue, or the coming days I should say, we could also get those same characters in V-Jump. I'm not saying for sure that's what's going to happen, I'm just saying keep your expectations as low as possible, that way we don't end up being disappointed. So many times throughout the Jump Force life cycle, we continue to get our hopes up about new possible character reveals, and then our hopes are immediately dashed down. So perhaps maybe being a little bit pessimistic, maybe not specifically about Pax South, but the future reveals for the month of January is probably a better way to go. As far as predictions for Pax South goes, I don't know. I think it's kind of up there in the air. It's really difficult to gauge what the rest of the roster is going to look like. I mean, we had Jump Festa, which was a pretty big swerve. A lot of people were expecting like 12 or so characters at Jump Festa, and we got nothing. And since then, we've had no news about the game, so it's been pretty difficult to guess what the rest of the roster is going to look like. I think I'm just going to stick to my guns and assume that the roster is going to be pretty small. And with that said, I don't think we're going to get anything like Hiei or Grimjow or any other character that would be filling up already existing rosters. The only exception to that, I would say, is Naruto characters. I think they're also pretty likely. JoJo's are almost 100% in this game. Jotaro and Dio seem fairly likely. If we did get another JoJo, I think it would be Giorno, less so than Jonathan or Joseph. Suna, I think, is pretty likely for that base roster. Koro Sensei. I've got a whole video on an actual roster prediction, but as far as Pax South specifically, I'm not sure I want to say this in a video because, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Normally, I'm really conservative when it comes to my predictions for these events because I don't like to get my hopes up. I think we might get something big here. Hold on. When I say big, I know a lot of people in this community, they hear big and they think 15 or 12 or even 20. When I say big, I mean like 5 or 3. That's the range I'm talking about. So I don't want to hear people later on saying that Bilbsy thought that there would be 20 characters at Pax South. That's not what I'm saying. I just think that Pax South is going to be bigger than the other events, meaning that we could get 3 to 8 characters, which even saying out loud sounds kind of crazy. However, I do think this event will be bigger than most, and probably the last big thing for the game. We're probably going to get a handful of reveals leading up to launch through, V-Jump and Weekly Shonen Jump, but apart from that, I think this is the big final event for the game. And whilst that's sad in some respects, because it means we won't hear about any more characters, it's also really exciting because that means we're so close to launch. It is kind of weird to think that Pax South is going to be the last time we're going to have a big Jump Force event. It's kind of scary, really. I've had so much fun building up to the release of this game, and I cannot wait to finally get my hands on it, man. I'm sure you guys are just as excited as me. If you're new around here, subscribe to watch tomorrow's video. Like I was talking about at the start of this video, I think it's going to be pretty awesome. If you could leave a like on this video, that's much appreciated. My name has been Bilbsy, and I will see you in the next video.